Thanks for joining us. The internet giant Google is again being accused of showing favoritism towards presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton. This time it appears to be hiding growing concerns about her health. RT's Caleb Mopan reports.
Ever since this video emerged, questions about Clinton's health have been raised across the United States.
Some have said it's like a mini seizure. What does it look like to you?
It looks to me, I'm also concerned about this concussion she had in 2012. It could be a post-concussion syndrome. You know, your balance is off, you're dizzy all the time, your memory is off, you're not thinking clearly.
The picture that you showed as she's going up the stairs speaks a million words. So is she really fatigued? Is she dehydrated?
This has become one of their themes. Here, you take my pulse while I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Make sure I'm alive.
Oh my God, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
But look what happens when I type Hillary Clinton's health into Google. According to their auto search feature, it's not an issue. Yet look what happens in other search engines. Now, we asked Google why this was, and they told us that their auto search feature is specifically edited to avoid disparaging and offensive content. It wasn't exactly clear what's considered disparaging or offensive about Hillary Clinton's health, though it is interesting to note that Eric Schmidt, one of the former CEOs of Google and a top stockholder in the corporation, is also a prominent supporter of Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Secretary Clinton, welcome back to Google.
It's great to be here, Eric. Thank you. You've grown a little bit since I've been here last. Just a little.
Are you talking about my weight?
When she was Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton was calling out foreign governments for trying to control cyberspace.
They've expunged words, names, and phrases from search engine results. Countries that restrict free access to information risk walling themselves off from the progress of the next century.
But even in the land of the free, details continue to emerge showing that the way information is made accessible on the internet is not random, but intentionally manipulated. Whether it's the news curators who decide what gets trending on Facebook, or big corporations hiring teams of people to edit Wikipedia, the internet isn't a free market of ideas where everything gets an equal shot at going viral.
This is influencing U.S. elections, influencing who's going to run the country. So I think there has to be a little bit more transparency and people realizing and understanding the power that Google, Twitter, Facebook, all these very powerful online entities have in controlling information flow. They might actually have some political leanings that are making their information flow online biased.
If the influential people on the internet are all lining up behind one person and controlling what information we receive, does this mean that democracy has, for the lack of a better term, been hacked? Caleb Mopan, RT, Washington, D.C.
This week, President Putin dismissed repeated accusations that Russia hacked the U.S. Democratic Party, stressing that the content was much more important than the source.
There are so many hackers nowadays, and their work is largely untraceable. They hide their actions beneath other hackers' work in any part of the world. It's very difficult to track them. I don't know if it's even possible to do it. Anyway, we don't do this on a government level. And is it even important who hacked data from the Clinton campaign headquarters? Is it what is really important here? What is important is the leaked content becoming public knowledge.
Putin's remarks came after Hillary Clinton again accused Russia of the recent hacking into the Democratic National Committee computers.
Russia's hacked into a lot of things. China's hacked into a lot of things. Russia even hacked into the Democratic National Committee. Maybe even some state election systems. So we've got to step up our game. Make sure we are well defended and able to take the fight to those who go after us.
Russia has been blamed for a number of recent hacks in the U.S. Media outlets also claiming Moscow targeted electoral systems in at least 2 American states. However, little evidence had been given, with only anonymous FBI workers cited as evidence, while officially the FBI has not even mentioned Russia. The White House also trying to distance itself from these accusations, saying it did not claim to know who was behind the hacks. Well, the FBI released the findings of its investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server to send classified data while Secretary of State. The report sparked criticism over the timing. It was only made public on Friday, right before the Labor Day weekend. And one of the things the report established was the existence of the classified information in the emails. That's something Hillary Clinton kept denying during the investigation, even when speaking before Congress.
There was nothing marked classified on my emails, either sent or received.
Secretary Clinton said she never sent or received any classified information over her private email. Was that true?
Our investigation found that there was classified information sent.
So it was not true.
A retired U.S. Army Major General told us that blaming others is Clinton's way of trying to distract attention from the scandal itself.
There's deception going on, trying to pin the blame on others rather than the private email server. This is supposed to be an internal United States election, a campaign for President of the United States. But now, as soon as you start blaming international countries like Russia, it's a deflection on others rather than taking the blame for having a server where a lot of classified information was stored. So it's a detraction, trying to blame others, throw the blame out there on Mr. Trump, throwing it on Russia and others, and it's not going to work. There's no positive proof there was any hacking by Russia. There's no valid backup